Hi, Sarah. How are you doing? How was your week?
It was all right. My husband was gone for a work trip for the past week, and I just feel as if he's been gone for most of March. So it was difficult because I got sick about a couple weeks ago. I don't know what I got, but it was almost like the flu, to be honest with you, like body aches and everything, and just trying to take care of the kids and like the normal responsibilities. It was really hard.
So, when you say that it's like super challenging, what do you think are the top three things that was most difficult during the week that your kids were sick or you were sick and the kids were fine?
Oh yeah, the kids are fine. I mean, they might have gotten maybe some sniffles, but I'm not sure if that was from being sick or the pollen.
Yeah, so you got
So
sick and
yeah.
they were okay. How did you manage that? What was
Yeah.
like your top three things?
So I guess the top three things that were most challenging, I think number one that comes to mind was my emotional bandwidth. So giving all three of my kids the attention that they wanted and needed was really demanding. So when I first got sick, I was just trying to function. I couldn't even move around because my body aches were so bad. So thankfully the kids were in daycare, but when they came back home, they wanted to spend time with me, and I needed to kind of get out of their bubble because I didn't want to get them sick. But a lot of their love language was cuddles and hugs, and especially my middle child, he needs a lot of attention because he seeks the attention. I don't know if it's because of middle child syndrome, where the youngest naturally gets it because she's more of a baby, and then the eldest is going through kind of like a pre-K program, so he has homework and school
Mm,
demands. And so my middle child, it was really challenging, and I saw kind of the effects of me not being able to give him that attention as usual, as well as the fact that my husband was gone on his work trip, that he was acting out at school. So
mm.
that was challenge number one, um, giving my children the attention that they wanted and needed. So number two, um, I would say cooking, because I'm the chef of the family. And since my husband was gone, and when I first became sick, I was fatigued. I didn't have a lot of energy, so I wasn't really making as much food as I usually did, and it wasn't as healthy because I was not craving like fresh foods. Like I wanted just broth
Oh, yeah.
and rice porridge, like really simple foods that maybe nutrient dense for the bone broth, but just bland in general. And it was really hard to like get my energy to work with me so I can make nutritional food for my children. That's number two. That was the hardest. Um, Number three, I say cleaning. Um, yeah, the cleaning is the hardest. Like just the laundry that piles up and the dishes that start piling up. Thankfully, I went through an experience where my dishwasher was broken, so I had I have good habits now of kind of being efficient about cleaning the dishes, but it just kind of deterred me even more from cooking like I usually do because I didn't want to make more of a mess. So
Yeah.
those were the top three things for sure.
I mean, being a mom, you obviously need a lot of energy, and when you're sick and you need to do all this stuff, it's really, really tiring and it puts a toll on you. Is there a reason why, was there any opportunities for help, within family or friends, or like, do you hire help during these situations, or you're just trekking along and hoping that you'll get like 8 hours of sleep? How do you get your energy?
Yeah, so thankfully my husband was still in town when I first got sick and when I was really just debilitated. So he took care of the kids in terms of like giving them a bath and kind of helping me to put them to sleep and feeding them. So he kind of just put them all in the van and took them to Chick-fil-A while I just took a shower and went to bed.
Yeah.
So that was really helpful. But besides that, I'm in a unique situation that I think a lot of other moms in similar situations where their spouse is gone a lot because of work. I've kind of forced myself to kind of have like a basic self-care routine, like just fundamentally the basics. So when I'm sick, I'm gonna hydrate more no matter what. I'm gonna take my supplements like vitamin C, vitamin D, um, try to support my immune system with either lots of herbal teas, um, but also like deep breathing as well, just to be able to kind of remove the stress from the end of the day, taking a hot shower. If I'm not able to even move around, I just do my best to do that at the end of the night. Um, and I find that helps to have my own like self-care routine and, you know, to keep myself accountable for my own care. But yeah, other than that, I would love to hear what other moms do when, you know, their spouse is gone and they're sick and they're alone to take care of their kids. I would love to hear what they say.
Yeah, I also noticed that when I'm sick, I notice that Nolan behaves a little bit better. Like he knows that I'm just not in the energy or not in the mood to play. Has your oldest or any of your kids behave differently when they notice that you have low energy? Do they help themselves? Do they take care of you?
Um, I think they do listen a little better, especially my eldest. So my eldest just turned 5 in February, and he's at that stage where he knows he's the eldest, and he's kind of like, oh, I'm the leader of the pack, and he does tend to listen to my husband more when, you know, he's telling him, hey, mommy is sick, give her space, or do this to help mommy. He's a lot more sensitive to that. I think my middle child, he's still 3, and my youngest is like a year and a half. They're just like, we want mommy's attention, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's challenging when you just need to continue doing your everyday tasks as a mom, but not your 100%, right? So you just need to kind of go through it and hopefully feel better.